Right into the recording. Michael Gebben here, your mind mechanic, tuning up your heart, your mind, one at a time. So your ideas don't die in your heart, your head, your hard drive. Here to talk about avoiding getting support or information or asking for advice from this particular type of person. And that person is me. No, I'm kidding. Definitely take my advice, best advice on planet Earth. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding all the time. What's true? This is what's true. Be careful that who you look to support you along the way of going after your dreams, your ambitions. I don't know who needs to hear this today, but I just had this talk with somebody and it really fired me up because it really, you know, I by and large surround myself. There's not very many discouragers in my life that I can really think of, if any. And so it pains me when I still hear people's stories of people who the people in their life don't support them. And one specifically, not this one so much, but this other one where I was at a coffee shop once and this girl was like, and when I go out with my boyfriend's friends, they're doctors and they're lawyers, and they ask me what I'm going to do for a living. And I say, I want to be a photographer. And they say, that's nice. So what do you really want to do? And I don't know what it is that you do right now, but I want you to know that the probability is high that you can do that thing for a living. We live in a world, I not too long ago saw a YouTube channel with like 8 million subscribers for ants. It was like an ant farm thing. They filmed their ant farm. And there's just about anything that exists. Just, do you believe that you can do it? Do you start taking the actions to making it come true? And then how long do you stick with it? Right? And then are you using your naturally inclined gifts to essentially work on that thing? And there's going to be things you might not know how to do that you want to do that you learn to do. But then there's other things that you might not know how to do and you don't want to learn to do that you really got to analyze. Do you really have to do it? And what you're going to find about the different people you ask advice is most people have little to no awareness, and I was one of them as well. And not that I have complete awareness and I never make this mistake, but they see people as they are, not as the people are. So I see people as I am, not as you are. Now, granted, I've done a lot of work to not have that happen most of the time. Still catch myself, but most people, they're going to look at what you say that you want to do through their lens of their life and their life only. So their limited beliefs, their limited thoughts, their lack of liking, if they were you doing that thing that you say that you want to do, how much they think that thing is possible. And so I find that very few people, unless trained, will be able to hear someone's like excitement and enthusiasm around an idea and not have them say, you ever heard this? Yeah, it sounds too good to be true. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't get your hopes up. I'd be really careful there. You don't want to get hurt. Here's what I can say about that. I felt a lot of pain in my personal relationship life. And by the time I got back with my wife, so short story there, I dated my wife for about 3 years. She was my girlfriend at the time, way back in 2007, 8, 9. We broke up. We weren't together for a couple of years, got back together in February of 2012. And the interesting thing is that the pain of the past of our relationship and the other relationships I had me playing it safe, right? Had me not giving my 100% because I didn't want to get hurt. But what was happening is I was hurting each and every single day because that playing it safe so I don't get hurt had us not have a vibrant, amazing relationship, but rather kind of a, it's fine, better than nothing. You know, that's what it was. And it was way better than it was the prior time when we broke up. But I was at an event. It was actually a Tony Robbins event. And I remember him saying something along the lines, and I think this happens in a lot of different things. What, you know, you hear the line, what got you there won't get you there. Like won't get you, what got you to here won't get you to the next place you're going. And that may be true from time to time for sure. But in other times, what got you to where you got to, and now if there's struggle and troubles, at times we should look at how we started. Because likely, especially in relationships, you're not doing what you did when you started. So many times, and I've done this many times, and it's a habit that I'm breaking continually just by simply doing these, right? I have trauma around doing things like this in the past, i.e., I had something called your daily dose of Gebbs juice. It was called Gebbs juice. I did 149 of those before I stopped. Heck, I'm only on 30 something right now of these Your Daily Jump Starts, doing Monday through Friday. So there was a lot of trauma that I'd already done that in the past and going, but I feel called to do it again. But then when you've done something already in the past and you're using your past to predict your future, that's a problem. Because if what happened in the past wasn't good, then you'll assume it won't be good again. You know, and they say, hey, you know, I remember even people saying, when I got back with my wife, oh, Einstein, definition of insanity, doing the same thing, expecting a different result. Well, that would be true. If you're truly using your past to predict your future, and you do believe that you are going to do nothing different and nothing different will happen and you're going to get XYZ outcome, you bet your bottom dollar you're most likely correct. But here's what I found, specifically taking my wife, for example. When you show up different, different people will show up, directly and indirectly. So when I went and said, screw it, I'm giving her 100%, 1000%. Where can you show up 100 or 1000%, rather than like 70, 80 and like, yeah, I don't want to get my hopes up, because if I go all in and I might feel extreme pain and hurt, I don't want to feel that. That's what it was for me. So I just kind of stayed just enough distant to think, you know, we break up, something happens, I won't feel any pain. But I also was not feeling much pleasure, not feeling much fun. This can happen personally, professionally, intimately. So I showed up different. Now in this scenario with me and her, we grew closer. For some people, you may grow farther apart. But what about if you started a business and you had all this joy and excitement and you did all these things and then you stopped doing those things? Why did you stop doing them? Could you do some of those things again? And would they give you similar results as they did before? What I've found is that there's a lot of people who've got a lot of opinions, as do I. My goal is not to shove anything down anyone's throat as if I have all the answers and I'm right and you're wrong, or I'm right and someone else is wrong. There was even times I know I've talked, and I talked very poorly, and I'm not proud of it per se, of other people that are out there in courses and programs. And I continue to evolve and put myself out there. And what I realized is that I would blame these people. I was the victim of these course creators and these people that were out there that I bought their courses and programs. I said it didn't work. And here's what I found is that when I changed my perspective on it, my past actually changed. Fascinating. I'll let you sit with that one. Maybe bring that up if you want me to go deeper in that. My past actually changed, which changed my future. Because the way I saw what had happened in my past, I shifted the perspective, which then changed my whole view of who I am and what I'm going to do moving forward. And so that aspect of learning how to learn differently and recognize, who am I asking advice from? Who am I getting support from? And how do they view you and what you have? Because here's what I can tell you. If you've got a dream, a goal, an ambition, and a desire, the thing that has the most potential is the thing that you're going to be willing to do consistently and show up. And that's not always going to be the thing that somebody else tells you to do, because if you're shooting yourself into things and you feel like you should do it and you're forcing yourself, but it is not fun, you will likely not do it for the long haul. And in this day and age, at times, you hear, somebody's got to see something 5 times, before. I guarantee there are people who have seen me pop up 15 times before they decided, you know what, this joker keeps showing up every day of the week. Let me know if that's you. And then you finally listened. Right? Some people, it might be 6 months, see my pace pop up. Man, this guy's really persistent. And here I am. This may be the first time you're listening. I hope you're enjoying it. But if you start to recognize that when people discourage you or tell you not to do something, or that's not a good idea, or here's what I would do if I were you, that typically that's a projection onto you of their beliefs of if they were you with your idea, I don't like that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want to do that. And here's what you need to do. And depending on who you're asking will depend on how accurately they're going to be able to give you advice that could really help you. That's why I tend to shy away from do this and don't do that. There's plenty of people telling you what to do. I don't need to be another one of them, because I find it's not a how-to that's typically people's problems. I know for me, I'm in a stage in my life where how-to typically isn't my problem. It's who to do something. Because I know that there's certain things, just as I've brought up before, just simply doing these videos. I've done these before. Great. What went wrong? Well, there was a lot of little other ancillary things so that these things don't die on a hard drive. And those things I just could never get myself, no matter how many mind hacks and courses and coaches and mentors and things to try to shift perspective. I just didn't enjoy all the other things that were really necessary so it doesn't die on your hard drive. What do you have that's dying on your hard drive right now? Is it music? Is it video? Is it editing? Is it art? Writing? Stories? Novels? What is dying on your hard drive right now? Collecting virtual dust. What do they call it? The shelf help. What's the shelf help you have, right? The stuff that's just sitting and it's just accumulating virtual dust. And so I realized that where this went wrong, even if I were to do this again, I could do this 50 times a day, right? This is easy. Clicking the live button, getting on here. Heck, one of the harder things to do is just come up with the title. If I just click the live button and just start talking, that's the easiest thing to do. So I add a little layer of complexity, but I'm up for the challenge. I genuinely want to do that now because I know I have a message that can help people. And I know that there's someone right now that needs to hear what I'm saying. Not everyone, but someone. Tuning up hearts and minds one at a time. And so to the degree that there's certain things that I just got to get over, but yes, get over, sure. Certain of those things I want to do, I want to get better at. There are certain things that you are not good at that you want to get better at. But here's the thing. There's a bunch of other things I know how to do. I know how to do thumbnails and optimize and upload. They're all of them. They're not difficult, complicated tasks. But we don't live in a world anymore where you have to be the who does everything. Because the likelihood is if you do and you don't want to, then you won't do. And if you don't do, it dies on your heart, your head, or your hard drive, right? And so there's going to be people that judge you, don't like you. I guarantee there's people who come on here and get right off. And they're like, yep, same stuff this guy's been saying for 8 years. That's fine, right? And I used to worry about that. Am I going live too often? Am I saying too much? Am I not saying it right? Am I moving too much? You know, what are they going to think? This guy's crazy. What's wrong with him? What's he taking? What's he drinking? What's he popping? Right? I've heard all these different things, but that's on you, not on me. And once I knew who I was, know who I am, then I'm not worried about somebody that I'm not going to necessarily ever see or interact with that sends a message that says something that they don't like or doesn't say anything at all. Because for every one of those, there's freaking 100 people that are going, thank you. Thank you for showing up. And I guarantee that if this gives you the permission for you to show up for you, for what you want to do, there will be people who thank you who don't know me. And that's the ripple. And that's beautiful. Because there are people who will resonate with you and whatever it is you do, your art, your design, your videos, your films, your comedy, right? This is just something that I love to do. This is what lights my soul on fire outside of my wife, my puppies, my parents, my brother, my friends, riding a bike, going for a walk, going to the movies. I'm going to go see Uncharted tomorrow. But the truth of the matter is, like, we're all different. I don't want people to, if people want to do what I do, then do what I do. You do it your way. But I'm just here to encourage and help unlock that thing in you that helps you take that plunge towards the thing that you want to do, whether that is being on camera, whether it's being a YouTuber, being a writer, being an author, right? And knowing that you can find and create your way that's unique from other ways. because there's going to be plenty of people who tell you this is the way, like the Mandalorian, this is the way, right? No, there's lots of ways to do something. And if you've been here before and you've heard it once and yeah, you're hearing it again, one of these days, and it might be today, it gets through to you. And whether it's me, and I'm just a little, I don't know what I was going to say. Lost my train of thought. Anyways, I'm good for today. I'm going to go make dinner, making some sushi bowls tonight. So I appreciate you so much. Hope you find these helpful. If you're catching this outside of the Facebook Live when I record it, send me an email, michael@themindmechanic.net. If you're interested in me helping you out, you can go to themindmechanic.net. You can send me a message on Messenger. Leave me a comment. If you've got topics or thoughts that you'd like covered on your daily jumpstart, let me know. Monday through Friday here, bringing you that boost, bringing you that. There's Carolyn. Hey there. Helping to be that daily dose of encouragement that keeps you moving forward. So rock and roll, my friend. Truly appreciate you, and keep rocking, keep rolling. Catch you on the next one.